Chef Kimber Dean here. Welcome back to Nourish. Today I'm really excited. We're gonna make two side salads that I really love with the dressings. These are actually two of the main side salads that I meal prep with a lot of my clients here. So we're gonna start off with our veggie pasta salad first. I love this pasta because it's really bright, it's colorful, and more people are willing to eat veggies when there's pasta included. So it's a great starter salad for people. We're gonna start with boiling our pasta. I love the Jovial brand. Edison Granary is really great too. This brand you can get with the brown rice flour, or they also have a paleo version with cassava flour. So over here, I just have my pot of water started. It's boiling. I'm gonna throw my pasta in. They also have a lot of different shapes, which is cool. My kids like the bow ties. Sometimes different shapes help make it a little bit more fun. And then on the box, it just says to cook it for 12 minutes. So that's how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna actually turn the heat down a little bit because I see it starting to get a little warm, and then we'll turn our timer on. It's got 12 minutes. There we go, cool. So while that pasta is boiling, now we're gonna start cutting up some veggies that we're gonna boil with the water. The original recipe out of Happy Food Cookbook, you boil the veggies separate from the pasta just to make sure there's no mix up. But I wanna teach you guys this really cool trick today. So I got a bunch of asparagus, and I like to get it with smaller stalks so there's more pieces to eat. We're just gonna kind of push the bottoms all together and then cut it so we don't get those hard ends. And then of course I always compost all my veggies. And asparagus is great. A lot of people love asparagus. It's kind of expensive if it's not in season, so make sure you're getting it in season when possible. It's also a prebiotic for our gut. Right, so I just like these bite-sized pieces that you can have. Get them in our bowl. All right, so then I'm just gonna break down our bell peppers here. Bell peppers have a lot of vitamin C. They also are great for boosting immunity if you're feeling a little sick. And you just want bite-sized pieces, so don't take too long with it. So you could do any color bell pepper you like. In season, of course, is always great too, just for the health benefits and also for price. All right. So now that we have all of those cut, those are actually gonna go in the water and get cooked with the pasta. I'm gonna just start halving my tomatoes, and then I'm probably just gonna have my olives. You can always cut them smaller if you're trying to hide them from people. So tomatoes are great. They have lipocene in them, which is great for preventing prostate cancer. So I feed a lot of these to my husband. Olives are great because they have a lot of healthy fats that we need. Our brain functions off healthy fats. Our body runs off fats for energy. So the great thing about olives when they're whole is you're getting that fiber too. So olive oil can be a little less heart healthy because it's just the oil. You still are getting the fats, but it's not like you're getting the fiber and the water content too. So we love olives around here. You could use black, Kalamata, green, any of the colors that you like. And our tomatoes are local right now from Piermont Farm, which is actually one of our employees' dads, so that's really cool. Cool. So you just want those bite-sized pieces, and when you cut them in half, you get more per bite, so they just go evenly through the salad. Go ahead and start our olives here. All right. So since I have another minute before we're gonna add our veggies to the water, I'm just gonna go ahead and slice up my scallions or my green onions. This is more for a garnish, so if you don't like onions, you could do parsley, you could do cilantro, really any fresh herb that you like. It just adds those micronutrients, those phytonutrients. So I'm just gonna clean up my space now that everything's cut up and get us ready to add our veggies to the water and then make our salad dressing. All right, so I'm just gonna take my bell peppers and asparagus and toss them in right away. Give them a little stir. And then, of course, I love organic green peas. Natural Grocers has a really great price for their frozen veggies, which is nice. Just dump that whole bag in there. So this is just a really nice trick to save yourself a dish if you're at home. I like to do the least amount of dishes possible, so it's always nice to, especially with something this big, not have to wash a bunch of dishes afterwards. You also could keep the bell peppers and the peas raw or frozen if they're the peas. The asparagus you always want to cook because it's going to be hard, that stocky flavor or that texture. But the bell peppers, if you want to keep them raw so they have a little bit more enzyme intact, you can. Same with the peas. The peas, you just have to kind of put them in and let them thaw for a little bit. So it takes about an hour, but if you don't want to cook those, you don't have to. All right, so my timer has gone off. Now I'm just gonna turn the heat off of my stovetop. And I love this pan. I love pots like this that have the strainers that go right into it because it makes it so much easier to strain it. So let's go ahead, let that water come out before we toss this in our mixing bowl. All right, so just toss it right into your mixing bowl. Awesome. Put that to the side. All right. From here, we're gonna go ahead and let that cool for a moment, kind of push it to the side, and we will get our lemon Dijon dressing started. All right, so this is a really easy dressing. I love it for regular salads, pasta salads. It's one of my favorite dressings to go to. So we're gonna start by mincing our garlic. We use a local garlic here at Nourish, which I love. You can buy pre-minced garlic if that's what you wanna do. It usually has citric acid, phosphoric acid, absorbic acid, some sort of preservative in there that I wanna avoid if possible. So I really don't mind cutting up my own garlic. If you have a high-powered blender, you could do this in a Vitamix or a Ninja or a food processor, and then you don't have to actually cut these at all. But I like to do it by hand. It's really simple. You can cut the garlic as small as you like. I don't really mind big garlic chunks because I love garlic. So we'll just mince it to the size that you like. And once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and just take our garlic, place it into our extra virgin olive oil. So I use extra virgin olive oil for salad dressings, hummuses, things like that. It has a lower smoke point, under 300 degrees, so I never wanna cook with this oil, but you're still getting that olive oil benefits. All right, so from there, let's do our lemon next. So I love lemons. I like to take it and roll it and get kind of the juice moving. Perfect. And then we're gonna zest it over here. So we just want to place our zester on top. And you wanna zest enough to where you're not getting the white part of the skin. That's gonna be really bitter. So lemon is really great for digestion. It's great for detoxifying the blood. It's great for indigestion. It's really nice in the morning just to get your whole body going, your organs, your digestive tract. We're gonna do this whole lemon because I really love the flavor of lemon. The peels have a lot of oils that the fiber and the juice on the inside don't have, so you're getting extra nutrients, vitamins. All right, so you can see I went all along the sides and just got what I could on that lemon. Perfect. And then underneath, I always get that too because why would we leave that behind? Cool. So then I'm just gonna roll it again, cut it in half, and I just use my hand as a strainer, but you're welcome to use, there's a lot of really cool citrus pressers out there, hand ones that you can plug in and use. You can also use any sort of strainer you like, but I just use my hand. Get as much juice out of it as you can. Look at all those seeds. Plant a lemon tree. All right. So now we got all of our lemon in there. We'll go ahead and we're just gonna add the rest of our ingredients. So we have some Dijon mustard. You can use any mustard you like, spicy brown, the whole seed. I just really like the texture and the flavor of Dijon mustard. And we actually make our own Dijon mustard here at Nourish. We use our biodynamic, natural, organic champagne. So it's pretty cool. Then I'm just gonna add my maple in. Give it a little bit of a sweet taste. And then I have a pinch of salt and pepper. You can always omit the pepper if it's something that your body can't handle. So we have it all in here. And then we're just gonna take our whisk and whisk it until it's nice and incorporated. So we wanna get the maple, the Dijon mustard, and the extra virgin olive oil all incorporated. You could always put this in a mason jar and just shake it, or again, a high power blender. If you really wanna mix that garlic in so you don't have any chunks. All right. And I love this dressing. So you can tell that the steam has gone down just a little bit from our pasta, so we can actually touch it now. I'm just gonna drizzle this whole thing over the top. And you could use less. You could make a double batch and then freeze some of this, or keep it in your refrigerator for salads during the week. We're gonna add our tomatoes. And then our olives. So many colors, so many flavors. I love this salad so much. And then I am just gonna use my spatula. We really wanna coat the pasta so that olive oil in the dressing is gonna keep the pasta from sticking. So it's always nice. Ooh, you can smell the Dijon, all of the good things. Well, as you can see, it's mostly veggies, which I like to push on people as much as I can. All right. So there is our pasta salad. We want to take our scallions at the end, our green onions, and just kind of put them over the top. We don't want to mix these into it because the heat is going to make them really shrivel up and not have the best texture. So I like to keep them really crispy. All right. And that is our pasta salad. So I'm gonna get a bowl plated up here and give it a try and let you guys know what I think. All right, so we're gonna get this plated. I just like to get a serving spoon. Put a good amount in my bowl. Make sure I get the bottom so I get the leftover dressing. All right. So beautiful, so colorful. I truly love this salad so much. Try and get a bite of everything if I can. Right. So I love this salad. I love all the flavors. The olives honestly remind me of pizza when I was younger. So I love that those are in there too. And the veggies are so bright and crispy with that dressing. I highly recommend this for anyone that's trying to get more veggies in their life, but still wants a little bit of pasta for that treat. So yummy, so filling, and so nutrient dense. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to make my citrus quinoa salad. I love this salad, another really easy one that you can make for friends and family. We're gonna start by boiling off our quinoa. So I just have a regular white quinoa here. You could get tri-colored, you could get red. It really doesn't matter what color it is. And then of course, I use reverse osmosis water at my home and here at Nourish just to keep all of those heavy metals out, the different toxins that are in our water. So we're gonna start over here at our stovetop. I have 1 cup quinoa. I'm just gonna dump in. And then I have 2 cups water. Go ahead and turn my flame on just to get it hot. So pretty high heat, medium high heat. So I do a 1-to-2 ratio with my quinoa. I know a lot of the packages are usually like a 1 to a 1.5 times, but I don't cover my quinoa. I would rather stir it a time or two than cover it, and I just watch it that way because quinoa can burn really quickly. It has all 9 essential amino acids too, so it's a full whole protein, which is great if you're vegan trying to get all that protein in. You could use rice if you wanted to, or millet, or any other grain that you enjoy. You just want to kind of have the same ratios if possible. So we'll get about 3 cups of quinoa with this. So we're just gonna leave it on the stove top, bring it to a boil, let it come to a simmer, and let it cook through. Alrighty, so I have all of my ingredients out. I'm ready to complete my salad. I took my quinoa out of the refrigerator, let it cool down so that it doesn't cook any of the extra stuff we're gonna add in. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and start with my orange. Again, I love to roll my citruses and just kind of get the juices flowing. And we will use the zest for our orange. It always just adds so much more flavor. I think we all know that oranges are really high in vitamin C, so we love our oranges for that, boosting our immune system. It's also great. I use a lot of essential oils. I'm a doTERRA consultant, and we use it a lot for anti-anxiety and anti-depression, just to make you kind of lift your mood and feel really good. So we love our orange smells and flavors at our house. We go through about 120 oranges a week here at Nourish, and we juice them all for our cold pressed juices and our smoothies. So it was the only way that we could actually use orange juice at our restaurant because it's so expensive to get it without the preservatives. So we juice a lot of oranges here. All right. So you can see that orange gives you a lot of zest. That is gonna be so much flavor. It's gonna make it so good. And of course, we don't wanna leave any behind. So don't do it on the part where you're actually grinding it or grating it. Do it on the back side where you won't cut your finger. And then I'm gonna cut my orange in half. And again, I'm just gonna use my hand as my strainer. Okay, so you can see one orange usually makes about 2 to 4 ounces is what I've noticed. Save those for compost. So from there, we're gonna go ahead and add our dried cranberries. I love the Natural Grocers brand because they sweeten it with apple juice instead of sugar. If you get those craisins, those probably aren't the healthiest for you, even though they taste good. And then I just have sliced almonds. You could use slivered, you could use pieces. You could use whole, but whole's always gonna be a lot more expensive, and you get more of these per bite. So if you have more to spread, it's always nice. We'll have our olive oil here that we'll just go ahead and pour in. And then I just have some sea salt. Sea salt is great. It has a lot of electrolytes in it. So if you do any sort of working out, it's nice to refuel, hydrate with those electrolytes. And then I'm going to cut my scallions here, my green onions. All right, save those ends for my compost. I love saving the ends for my stock too, just to give it a little bit more nutrients. We'll toss these on. And then I'll grab my spatula and give it a little mix. So I'm just gonna give this a quick stir right now, making sure that all of the quinoa gets incorporated. So the ones on the top that were floating in the beginning get submerged so that they get cooked through too. Alrighty, so my quinoa is fully cooked, and I just wanted to show you guys how you can tell. We'll turn off our heat. If you move the quinoa through and you see that there's very little to no water coming through, that's when you know it's done. We're also gonna go ahead and take this and pour it into my bowl. Just bring it into my bowl, and I'm just gonna place this into my refrigerator and let it cool. Be a little bit easier to handle, and it won't shrivel up the green onions or affect the dried fruit or the almonds in any way. So we'll go ahead and just take that into the refrigerator. All right, so we're just gonna stir this together. We wanna make sure that it all gets a little bit of the orange juice, that olive oil incorporates here. The red quinoa is really pretty in this, so is the tricolored. So if you wanna get festive, you can always do different colors. And toss it into a pretty serving bowl that I could put out on the table for friends and family. And there we go. There is our quinoa salad. I'm gonna throw some in a bowl and give it a try. And this is so filling. Like I said, the quinoa is a whole protein, so you don't need much to get full. That's why I like this as a side salad. So you can really taste that orange. I love the zest. I love the juice. You also really get a nice flavor with the cranberries, a little sweetness, and a little crunch with the almonds that I love. So again, you could use any dried fruit you like in this, any nuts you like in this. There's so many ways to kind of jazz this up to how you like it, or just kind of make it different every time, so people think that you're really creative. So today we made two of my favorite side salads out of Happy Food Cookbook. This pasta salad, again, I love meal prepping with this. It is never a disappointment whenever we're done making it and they get to have it for the whole week. I love the colors. It's so festive, so nutrient dense. It's really fun to share with your family and friends. So I hope you guys get a chance to try it. And then we have our quinoa salad here that we use the citrus to kind of flavor up, and we didn't really make a dressing like we did with this one with the lemon Dijon dressing. It's got a little bit of dried fruit in it, so it's got that sweetness, that tartness. It's so, so yummy. These are great options to try at any event that you have, or if you're just meal prepping for yourself. So if you like these recipes and you want to see more of things like this, you can always check out my cookbooks, Happy Food Cookbook, Happy Baking and Desserts. Follow me at Chef Kimber Dean or Nourish Cafe and Market on our websites, Facebook, Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes, and don't forget to nourish from the inside out.